Hello Twitch/YouTube. This is Massive Chalice, which is a turn-based strategy game. Can't even speak today. It came out a few years ago, and base playing XCOM has made me want to play this. I have played this before, a few years ago, and I played it very straight-laced and very easily, but there is non-thematic, silly names, we're going to put those on. Difficulty. Brutal mode applies 5 corruption strikes to your nation at the start of the game. We're not going to do that. That was terrible. We're going to put it on normal. We'll have a balanced start, but we are going to go Iron Man mode. I'm not going to play the tutorial because I played a little bit of this earlier. So we are going to choose 5 houses. So we will definitely have, there's a whole list of houses here. We're going to choose to have the cats, mainly because they keep names in the litter box. What else should we have? Shout if you see anything interesting. In fact, I know that there's a house of beer. I'm sure there was a house of beer. Should we have House Bummer? We should have House Bummer because that's just funny. In a juvenile kind of way. We'll have House Pal. That'll get base watching. What else have we got here? We'll have House Turtle. And we'll have House Quark. There we go.
It's taking too long.
Patience.
Patience? I don't see what patience has to do with this. It should have happened by now.
Life keeps to its own timetable, not ours.
Oh, it doesn't stop us from trying. Good morning!
Your ruler has risen. Rejoice, and let bellow the horns of birth.
There'll be a lot of horns in this.
Protector of the nation, progeny of the great bloodlines, master of strategies, eternal conductor, and forger of matrimony.
We're here to advise you on how to handle ruling and commanding.
More horns.
Every time.
The horns of battle.
Fine, we'll have to do this later. The Cadence is attacking. Heroes, jump in! The ruler will be with you shortly!
And off they go.
We'll explain later. We just need you to take command because our citizens, understandably, find it hard to trust a giant talking chalice.
We are not just a giant talking chalice.
But the nation will listen to you because you're of their blood.
Forged from the bloodlines of the great houses.
Oh, and one last thing. Unfortunately, the bloodline ritual that was used to create you also bound you to us. So you can never leave the throne.
But do not despair. You can still command your heroes. Look inward, and you will find that your mind can follow them anywhere.
Okay. So these are the 5 leaders of my houses. And to start with, they've all been given a random...
This is a caberjack. They hit things with a caber. Sometimes they hit hard and put things down. Other times they hit not so hard and just knock things out.
That's all you're going to say?
Simplest way of life there is.
Caberjacks. Profound purveyors of violence.
So we've got 3 caberjacks, an alchemist.
One of our alchemists. A brilliant mind in a delicate body.
Not worth much in a close quarters battle, but they make up for it with their nasty exploding flasks.
Just watch out for friendly fire.
The explosions are big, so aim well, or keep your heroes back. Trust us, you don't want to be on the receiving end of one of their concoctions.
Here you have the hunter. Attacking at close range is good, but attacking from afar, where one can think and plan, is better.
If you listen closely, you might be able to hear your group leaving you behind as you line up that perfect shot.
Actually, the hunter will be in front of the group, stealthily scouting ahead.
Is that what they say they're doing?
I have another caberjack. So, I mean, my preferred playstyle last time, I used quite a lot of hunters. So let's, and those used to XCOM will see that you can have 2 actions per turn. Orange is my first action, and then the white is my second action. So we're just going to move everybody up, see what's going on.
First catch of the day.
We can't tell you much about the cadence because not much is known. It's old only for destroying our nation with its corruption.
That's where pawns like you see here come in. Think of them as attack dogs the cadence creates to spread corruption in the world. That could have been worse. At least they belong to heroic bloodlines.
Oh yes, we forgot to mention. Normal humans cannot survive even a single touch with the cadence. How about that, eh?
One down, untold millions to go.
So this alchemist is drunk, which is interesting. Let's move the caberjacks up front. Okay.
Lapsing.
Cadence cowards. They'd rather stay back and snipe at you than fight up close.
Be wary. Your heroes are hit, they may forget some of their combat training. The mind is just as vulnerable as the body.
Can't do anything with that, so let's just put my hunter into stealth. And I can throw not quite that far. So, let's see who this lapse is going to choose to fire at. Two lapses. Excellent, a miss. Right, so first job. Oh, that's low chance, isn't it? Let's move a bit closer.
Seeds. Arguably the lowliest of pawns are more nuisance than menace.
But if you're going to remember one thing, don't let those runts form a posse. Keep them apart.
Otherwise it'll be like when caberjacks
4 to
get
5
together at a
damage.
Except not the best night
But
of
that
your
will do
life.
13 to 17, so let's hit him. Move him. And this is my crossbow trooper, who can see that cadence from here. 10 to 13 damage, 50%. Good shot. And then finally my last caberjack, move them up as well. Let's get a sight on where everybody is around here. Okay. Can we get this person anywhere where we can see them? No. If I move my alchemist here, can I get anything over there? No. But we're going to take a punt at it, just so we can get rid of some of the scenery. 4 health and 150 experience points lost there for the Caberjack, and the Seed is now going to have a go at him as well. So that's annoying. So first job, let's move our archer around to here to do 10 to 13. Excellent. And this guy to go around and do 13 to 17 as well. Oh, got stunned because he got pushed back into the scenery. Oh, and there's another one. Of course there's another one. Right, let's just move there and then hit him. And let's charge up here so we can see what's going on. We'll move our drunkard up. Might not have been the best idea to send our slightly injured troop up here, but never mind. Right. There we go. Right, how are we going to take out that little dude with our archer? Come on, Nixie Quark. 50-50. There we go. There we go. Massive victory. So what we could now see is their skill tree. So let's go to Salty Cat. Lock charge. Myrtle Bummer, we're going to unlock charge for her as well. And Simone, we get the free throw, so a quick flask throw that doesn't cost an action point. From experience, I know it doesn't go quite as far. And our hunter's almost leveled up. And this is the world map. Basically, we have 300 years to survive to win the game, and so obviously my heroes are going to die, and we have to make new bloodlines. So first job is that we're going to build a keep. And we're going to choose a region to put that keep in. The inner regions are all safe in terms of we don't get any bonuses for building a keep there. If we build a keep on the edges, for example up there in the Pale Sea, all our heroes get extra kill XP. Down here in the Cinderlands, the owners are more fertile. On the salt stacks you get more XP from training, reduced construction time in the Ebbot Marsh, and Caberjacks are stronger up at the top there. We're going to go for reduced construction time to start with. And then all we're going to then do is pull the right trigger and let the timeline go. And every time something either becomes available to use, like this empty keep,
without having beaten it into submission.
or an attack,
Should have
it'll
seen
stop.
my books after I was done with them.
A new keep has been completed. Marry heroes together to start a bloodline. Okay, so obviously the older the person, the less fertile they are. You can interbreed people and do all sorts of weird stuff. And also their abilities will also intermingle as well. So we're going to put Sarah Turtle on the throne here and appoint her as the regent, and then we have the option to choose her a partner. So for example, if we marry her to Horace Bummer, high chance for children and all the trainees will be Caberjacks. Whereas if I marry her to Glenn Powell, who's an alchemist, she'll turn into, or being, we're gonna go for straight Caberjacks. I don't want to dilute the gene pool too early. The other thing that does, by putting them on the throne, they are no longer able to be in battle unless that keep is being attacked. So we can build another keep, we can build a Sage Rights Guild, or we can build a Crucible. We are going to build a Sage Rights Guild, and it basically means that we can research stuff faster. In fact, no, we're not. We're going to build another keep, and then we're going to build a Sage Rights Guild. And we're going to put this one up here on the empty sea. We'll also do a little bit of research while we're at it. So we can do armour, we can do training, we can make items, we can get new heroes if we've killed them, a la bases current running XCOM. And that's our completed ones. And our current research is build a keep, so we will wait for that. We only do one thing at a time. Right, we'll carry on. There we go. Heroic children, known as trainees, are bound to the keep they are birthed in. Bloody horns.
Indeed.
Babies have been born before today.
And it was glorious every time, was it not?
What, unbearable shrieking and smells that are even worse? That's your idea of glorious.
Yes.
Heroic children known as trainees are bound to the keep they are birthed in. They are trained by the regent and partner in that keep until they are 15, at which point they are transferred to the capital for active duty. So there's our first Caberjack, Irina Turtle, and she'll have different traits. Lovely. Alright, the first bloodline is active.
Finally, some action!
As you have no doubt surmised by now, it takes time for the cadence to create its pawns, so they're only able to attack every few years. Unfortunately, you cannot fight back multiple incursions at the same time.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Our primary focus is charging up to destroy our enemy, and we can only allot enough of our energy to send out one group of heroes at a time.
Pawns don't last long outside of the cadence either. So even if you win one battle, it'll be too late to fight the other.
Choose wisely, and
Blow the horns!
So we have to choose between these two regions which we're going to defend. And those golden squares above the territory attack, a region can survive 3 before it drops into the orange stuff. So if we do this one, we get the seeds and lapses, and we get a 23-year-old male Caberjack. And if we do this one, we get 1.5 experience for each enemy killed. Both of them have unfortunately got our keeps under construction in, so it's a bit annoying.
Do you feel it? That little tingling in the air before a fight?
So these are the 4 we took in last
here is where
time,
you can make any last-minute substitutions
and then we'll also
preparations before you
take
deploy your
in.
heroes to battle.
We'll take
Once
an
you give the
extra
word, they'll jump in, and we'll handle the rest.
Make sure they close
Alchemist.
their mouths when they jump.
He's got, sorry, low fertility. So I'm not too fussed if he dies in battle from that point of view. Sight of 11. Sight of 8. That's not great for an alchemist. Sight of 11. Puny. Oh. Okay, so let's take in another hunter instead. So it's 2 hunters, 2 caberjacks, and an alchemist. Yes, I am.
Good. Now send someone ahead to scout enemy positions, and then we shall flank through.
Hey!
What? Oh, sorry. Old habits.
Oh gosh, there's enemies everywhere. Okay. So first job, let's try and take these people out.
I admire the ruptures.
Okay, he needs to
They rush
die.
into battle, no concern for their own safety, knowing that as soon as they come upon their prey, they'll explode into a corrosive mess of pain and suffering. Even in death, they still hurt their enemies.
Okay, he needs to die.
Disconcerting.
Because if he doesn't die, he's going to run at us and blow up. Okay, we might have made an error here already. Let's get that free throw. There we go. Because as he explodes, he causes corrosive acid on the floor. Can't quite get to him, so let's throw a flask and definitely kill him. Excellent. Right, that caberjack there, come on, Salty. Let's go and do a number on this seed here. I have now seen another one over there though. And another lapse. Okay, gonna have to run up and hit this guy. Further out than I'd like to be in terms of our positioning. So he's now going to explode. Only 1 damage, but he's now gonna cause my armour to corrode while I'm stood in it. Which isn't ideal. Right, so let's try and take out this guy first. 57%. Excellent, well done. That's them leveled up to level 3. Right. Let's move out of there. Let's see where else on the level we need to go. I would imagine... Let's leave you in the middle there, because you've not got the highest health in the world. These two will have a little wander around the side there. And you guys, there's nothing else to see this way. So you will head this direction. No enemies in range as yet. There's some. A lapse and a pawn. 52% on him, 56. Damn it. Need to increase my accuracy stats with these guys quite clearly. Okay, don't want to get too close because that lapse might be able to run in from there. Is there anything else this side? Yeah, another lapse. 2 lapses. Uh-oh. Right, they're going to need help over on this side. So, you up to here. Luckily just a glancing blow. Okay. 64 and 61. Right, let's try and knock him back. There we go. That stunned him. And you hit this guy. Excellent, he's just dead. And how far can I throw a flask? Not quite that far. So move you up a little bit. Right. You hit him. And then Myrtle. I'll only do 4 to 5. That will do 16 to 18, so let's hit him.
Everyone counts.
And there's another lapse hidden just around that corner there. He's run away. A little bit of corrosion damage for me there, but another pawn there. Right, let's try and stun him again. Excellent. Still can't get anywhere with this guy. What can we hit him with? 64% isn't great. I only stood in acid, but it's going to have to do. Another seed there, that might be a bit of an issue. 3 seeds. At least the lapse is stunned for this turn. Right, let's get Salty Cat off of this. Let's get... Right. Oh, for God's sake. Your accuracy is terrible. We're going to need some help around here. Right, 77. Oh, of course it's a glancing blow. Of course it is. Okay, we could be in trouble here. We need to move him quickly. We're taking a hammering on this level. Thank God we didn't put it on hard. Okay, he needs to move off of there instantly. Right, let's take out one of these. There we go. And let's try and take out the last one. 77%. 20 damage, critical. Another massive
Feels
victory.
Good, right?
Good? That was outstanding.
No promotions at that screen, but I think there will be some for that team. Well, that's 2 missions and we've not lost anybody yet. The corruption has seeped into our area up at the top there. Let's continue the timeline on. More babies being born in my keep.
Before, you were making choices on the battlefield. Now, you'll be making choices on the battlefield of life. What?
Come on.
I will not apologize if I'm passionate about it.
You know when you guide the heroes in battle? Well, sometimes the people, your heroes included, will want your advice on matters they can't decide themselves.
They'll be putting their choices in your hands, and sometimes their lives.
And the decisions you make may affect the morale of the nation.
Unfortunately, we've learned that the cadence feeds off grief and malcontent. So if something tragic happens, corruption can spread very quickly.
But the opposite is true too.
We will trust your decisions, whatever they end up being.
Okay, the heirloom. A lost piece of the chalice has been discovered. Petra Yaga recently learned that it's in the possession of a distant aunt in the Pale Sea, but she refuses to part with it because it's the only thing she has left to remember her family by. However, she respects you a great deal, so when Petra asked her to come to the capital today with the piece, she did so. What do you do? 1. Talk her into giving it to you. 2. Have Petra take it away. Saving the nation is more important than the whims of one person. Wait her out. We'll get the piece when she passes away. 4. She's had the piece for years. She must be attuned to the chalice then. Recruit her. Let's try that one. Living the dream. Her eyes widen. I've been waiting for this day ever since I first heard about the war from Petra. I always knew there was something different about our family. Of course I will join you. Alexandra has joined your retinue. Right, let's just get this keep built. And we can start a new bloodline. So we definitely want to get some hunters going. So let's put Nixie Quark on the throne. And I definitely want to marry her to an alchemist, because then you get the trick shot class, and it's a combination of the two. So let's, I can't even pronounce that name. There we go. So hopefully we'll have some trick shots ready for the next time we play. So thanks for watching. I'm going to put these episodes up probably weekly until I win the game. I will live stream them on Twitch as well, but I will put them up on YouTube as well. Thanks for watching. See you soon.